Good morning, dear students. Wishing you all a very happy new year. May Almighty bless you with every success and accomplishment in this upcoming year. Today, we are discussing the last concept of our chapter, that is internal analysis in strategic management. Well, we being your mentors on the other end are constantly engaged in finding out the ways and tactics to convert you into a successful professional uh, uh, through the live virtual classes. So the purpose of these classes is not just discussing concepts with you, rather clarifying all your doubts, all your queries, and obviously transferring some of the traits of most successful persons, organizations into you people. So dear students, it's my humble request from each one of you to participate effectively and engage deeply to have the maximum output of these live virtual classes. Till now, as discussed in this chapter, internal analysis, it is one of the most significant process for any of the organization, whether they are into the expansion mode, retrenchment mode, or introducing a new product in the market. Because knowing the strength and weakness of the companies enable them to meet their aspiration, knowing about opportunities and threats, let them to have the potential of the new product in the market. So it is like a deep analysis into the things the company is having with them. In internal analysis, we make use of the techniques as at here, like Mendelow's stakeholder matrix, strategic group mapping, uh, and SWOT analysis, etc. So, doing CA is going between the reading between the line and uh, within the lines. So it's again like doing our self introspection, like how good we are into the things. So like our passion, perseverance, and are our strengths. Okay, for doing this program. So before moving ahead, I'm just as I told you that doing CA is reading between the line and within the lines. This was some of the things we have done earlier with us. Say like this is we are having is strategic group mapping. Okay, so we had a very interesting question from Asta in the last class. Then while we are doing the strategic group mapping, there are two axes. On x-axis we have the range of products, and y-axis we have the reputation of company among the customers. Okay. So obviously, higher the range of product, the company is moving more towards x-axis, and the higher the reputation, the company is moving towards the customer's reputation. Okay. So while we are moving and on these two axes, there is something a new thing, that is the shape of the diagram, the round figure. Some of the figures are smaller, and some of the figures are larger. So whether this shape of diagram matter for the company in any way, or we can have any of the shape for any of the companies, like smaller circle, bigger circle. So again here, while we are moving towards this thing and reading within the lines, so there is an interesting thing to find out, that this the size of diagram, this circle, also matters for the company in terms of reputation of company. Okay, so the reputation of company is based upon two factors. One is the size of circle, and another height on y-axis, like how far away it is on the y-axis. So we have to take care of each and every word while we are reading, while we are studying. So that's a great efforts of Asta to have question like this. And again, stakeholder matrix, while we are doing about it, maybe we should know like which stakeholders to put in which priority, and how we have to go ahead with the stakeholders, whether they can be interchanged from one quadrant to another quadrant. Obviously, depending upon the situation, the stakeholders can be moved from one quadrant to another quadrant. So in last class, obviously we concluded with something called competitive advantage. है ना? In today's class, we are covering the last concept of this particular chapter, that is Porter's generic strategy in terms of cost leadership, differentiation, and focus. Okay, and in last class we were doing something called competitive advantage. This is being achieved by the companies in terms of its USPs. USP mean unique selling proposition. So when a company is having the competitive advantage, it is having competitive advantage when it is performing better than its rivals. Customer is having, a better perception about the company than its rivals. Okay. And it is having the capabilities to be used by its managers who are performing better than its rivals. And its profitability is greater than the average profitability from all the firms in the industry. Okay. And the trades the company process are inimitable. Then we are having, some companies over here who are depicting the competitive advantage. So first at here is Vanish. Have you heard about this product, Vanish? May I have good morning, everyone. Okay, Vanish is Neeraj like is it same like any other detergent or it's something different like it's different. So may I know like what competitive advantage Vanish is having than its rivals? Like this is a product which is almost 5 times costlier than all the other than its rivals. Okay, it's for stain removing. That's great. So see, like this is the competitive advantage. Okay, white is whiter. Fine, great, Mustafa. So this is something like a competitive advantage a company possesses with it, making it different from all other, like superior than its rivals, and having a unique market for it, and on the basis of which it can charge more prices from its customer. Okay, so it is if we talk about we have three type of competitive advantage: cost leadership, differentiation, and focus. So the company at here is into which mode, like differentiation, cost leadership, or focus? What do you feel like? If a company is producing niche like product, they are into differentiation, obviously, like they are producing a better product, or say like, then there come the JBL again. JBL is the leader in yes, great. In JBL, what we do, JBL is a leader in sound industry, basically. Like whenever we need to have the speakers, we buy JBL, we prefer JBL. And again, it's a company having USP of giving the best sound in the industry. Then third one is Taparia Tools. Have somebody heard about Taparia Tools? It is one of the most renowned company. Yes, in third one I'm talking about in Taparia Tools. Uh, Taparia Tools are obviously in Indian market. It is one of the most renowned company. Uh, yes, handheld tools. Okay. So the company is so premium that if you try to buy the shares of this company, you will never be having the shares of this company, because whosoever purchase the shares, they never sell the shares. Okay. So because the dividend are so high that they keep on holding the shares year after year. Okay. So like these are the companies, having dwelt some of the USP with them. And that's called unique selling proposition, and making them, keeping them quite ahead of their competition. So this is how this competitive advantage work for the company. Okay. So if we talk about the last topic of this particular chapter on today, that is about the Michael Porter's generic strategies. Okay. So firstly, like, why do we call them generic strategies? Generic is something, we have, if we go to the pharma industry, we have generic medicines. Generic is something, these strategies can be used by the companies irrespective of their size, irrespective of their turnover and number of years into existence. I mean to say, the strategies that are fitting for any type of company, irrespective of their size and revenue and experience. Okay. So if we talk about the generic strategies, these are the different organizational arrangements. Okay. Some unique procedures for the company. Okay. So we have basically three generic strategies as we discussed earlier. One is cost leadership, one is differentiation, and one is focus. So the large companies, having a lot of turnover revenue, so they focus upon the strategies called cost leadership and differentiation, and the smaller companies focus upon something called focus strategy. Okay. Yes, JBL is having differentiation, Asta. Uh, okay. So, Asta, I answered your question in the beginning that if we talk about the size of this particular circle, uh, as you asked in the last class, I must clear you that this is the size also matter, as it is representing the reputation of company. Okay, On y-axis, while we are talking about the reputation of company, there are two things which are representing the reputation. One, how far the company is on y-axis, and second is the size of circle. So size of circle is responsible for reputation of company. Okay. Then I'm going deep into this Michael Porter strategy. Okay. So this is here like how we are going to have the advantage. So one is cost leadership here. So I'm having two cars on the side of the screen. Okay. One is of BMW and one is Tata Sierra, which has been launched recently. So if we will talk about cost leadership strategy, okay, cost leadership strategies focus upon producing quality, standardized products at a very low per unit cost. Okay, it is basically for price sensitive customers. But while we are producing the products at a very low per unit cost, we take care of the quality the company gives to its customers. Okay, then differentiation is simply we are having unique products in the market which no other can meet the standards and the parameters. So I charge the premium price for the product. So I kept it intentionally blank. If we talk about producing unique products with the premium price for dash customers, what if we like, what should come in this blank size? Like for what type of customers? What we are saying? Niche customer, fine. For rich customers, good. That's great. That's great. So while we are saying that they are charging the premium price, the price of their product is obviously more than the rivals in the industry. Okay, so it's obviously the rich customers who are the premium customers. That's really great. So it is how the differentiation strategy play a role with the company. Okay. Then there come the third strategy that is called the focus strategy. It is like, providing products and services that fulfill the needs of a small group of customers with very specific taste. Okay. Like nowadays, as we talk about in the last classes, there is a company called Millets Amma. Millets Amma is something for, people who are consuming millets. Okay. So they feel it is healthier. So they are focusing upon certain segment of society that they are having the specific needs and preferences. Okay. So is there any question you feel like from these three things which companies, these strategies, these companies use from time to time, and anything you would like to ask from me from this slide, or shall we go to the next slide? Okay, thank you. See, the session of today class is basically aimed at these three strategies basically. So first of all, we should have a clear idea of things like how do they move, how do they work, okay, and how do they go ahead with the things. So if you're okay with the things, yes, focus is basically a niche strategy, Astha. It is a market within market. If we talk about the millets, okay, so everybody is, who say the millet flour. Okay, they are a niche in the market. So we can say focus is about catering the niche market. It is fine. Then at here, can I move on this slide? Okay, thank you, Mustafa. Okay, so see, like whenever we are talking about this is a unique slide. I must appreciate if you can draw it in a page. Okay, so on x-axis, go with the competitive advantage if you can. Okay, this year, and on y-axis we have competitive scope. Okay, so and whole focus this strategy is based upon these two things. One is competitive advantage and competitive scope. Okay. So if we talk about the parameter on x-axis, when a company is having something called is the competitive advantage, we should be aware of these things. And when a company is having something called is a competitive scope. So as we discussed in the previous slides, the advantage a company is having in terms of leadership and differentiation. Okay. So either I'm giving my products at a cheaper price than the market in the industry, okay, and the quality is same, then I'm having the cost leadership, or I'm producing a unique product which no other rival is able to produce, say like Apple is doing, BMW is doing. Okay, so that is differentiation. So if we talk about this particular parameters on x-axis, that is competitive advantage. Okay, this competitive advantage company is having on the basis of these two parameters. One is called cost leadership and one is called differentiation. A company is having, if these two things, we can say the company is having the advantage from its rivals in the industry. Okay, is it clear? Competitive advantage when the company is having the advantage. Okay, actually, the whole thing is going to move around these two things. So we should be crystal clear with the things when a company is having the advantage and when a company is having the scope. Now, if we talk about the scope, okay, scope is about catering the market. Okay, so if there is a narrow target, you say like specific customer in the market for our product, we will say on the y-axis, it's a focused cost leadership and focused differentiation. I mean to say, my customer base is a segment within the market, say like the niche strategy we say. Okay, so the competitive scope is narrow when we are having a specific market within the market, we are catering the needs of that particular market. Okay, and it is broad when we are covering each and every person in the market. Broad is it is irrespective of the smaller market, Linga. Like broad target is when I'm focusing upon each and every individual in the market. Okay, it's narrow when you are concerned about a specific segment in the society. Narrow, narrow is when you are concerned on the specific segment in the society, and broad is when you're covering each and everyone in the market. Okay, I'm going with the examples after this slide. If it is clear to you people, or shall I revise it again? Advantage, yes, narrow is like micro, that's clear. Okay, micro mean a market within market. I'm catering the needs of a specific segment of the market. Say like millets, we can say it is the narrow target. Okay, so in millets, a focused differentiation, it has to be to there. Okay, so it's a specific market. Okay, but while we call like this ITC, Ashirvad data, so it is like the broader market. Everyone in every home is going to buy that thing. Okay, so advantage in the form of cost leadership and differentiation, and scope in the form of narrow market and the broader market. Okay, so is it clear? Okay, fine. So see, like I'm having some example over here before moving, but we shall have the sense of cost leadership in the. This is like how company are having the cost leadership strategy. So in cost leadership, the company is having the ability to give you the goods at a price which competitors are not able to give. Okay. Millets, yes, definitely, Astha. Millets is basically a costlier product meant for the premium customers. So we can say the millets will come under the focused differentiation. Any example of the focused cost leadership from your side? From you people, like let us have one example from each of these quadrants. Okay, so focus differentiation, we are saying it's millets. Focused cost leadership, what I'm saying, the market is narrow and it is meant for specific customers, and obviously the price of my product is lesser than the price of people in the industry, other companies in the industry. So any example from here, focused cost leadership? uh, phone, yes, that's we can say. And my phone is for phone segments, but phone is a broader market basically. If we have to talk about Mustafa, smartphone is something like everybody is buying. Okay, we need to have a market inside the market. So yes, they spend less upon advertisement, but the companies are like company like say like Indigo Airlines. Okay, so in say like firstly there is tourism, or say like the people who are moving from one place to another. They have many ways of communication. They are going by railways. They are going by airlines. Okay, so Indigo Airlines is something like focused cost leadership, that is focusing upon people who are moving through airways and giving them the price at lesser price. Okay. Yes, Krishna ghee, when we can say that's fine. Great. So shall we go ahead? BMW car is differentiation. That's great, Kavita. Uh, and in cost leadership as a whole, what do you feel like which company is using this strategy? That they are having the cost leadership advantage, producing, giving us the quality goods. This is Gucci's premium, yes, definitely. Uh, Tata, that's great. Cost leadership is with Tata, and that's Amul. Yes, we can say premium, giving us a premium products. That's great. Thank you very much. So moving ahead with the next slides, we have to see like which are the company which are giving us the cost leadership. Okay. So as the definition goes, it is the essence of cost leadership is lies in the ability where the company delivers a quality goods at the lower price. Okay. Then it is basically a strategy that is aimed at the mass market. Mass market means I'm going to cover each and every segment of the society. Say like Amul is going, Tata is doing. So how do I do the cost reduction? Okay, this cost reduction is done with the help of as we discussed in last class, there's something called the bills of material, like where from I'm procuring my sources of input. So this is the procurement has to be good. The production has to be zero defect production. Our distribution and supply chain management has to be good enough. And then this cost leadership is attained through the vertical. Yes, JIT is again we can say it's a tool in production to remove the reduce the cost. That's fine. Fine, Kuldeep. So if we talk about integration strategy, there are basically two integration. One is vertical integration and one is horizontal integration. Horizontal is, moving parallelly. So like if we talk about the Google, they believe in this horizontal integration, acquiring YouTube, which is giving the video search. Okay. And if we talk about the vertical integration, backward is moving towards the resources and forward is moving towards the end customers. So if we talk about say like ITC is using the backward integration by having something called e-Chopal in states like Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, where from they procure wheat for them and sells Ashirwad atta throughout the country. Okay, and forward integration is say like we can have in terms of Reliance Geo pumps. Okay, petrol pumps. So they have moved close to the customer since Reliance is into refinery industry. Okay, and with the pace of time they feel like okay we are the mass supplier of petroleum, so why not we shall have our petrol pumps. So while a company is moving towards the customers, it's something called forward integration. Okay. And when a company is moving toward the resources and having tie-up with the resources, raw material, it's something called as a backward integration. So if a company is having a very good, but these two integration falls into the category of vertical integration. And then when a company is having, horizontal integration, vertical integration, obviously they are cost leaders. And we can't compete with company like Google. Okay. So having horizontal integration, okay. Then this strategy is basically aimed at people at market where the market is a price sensitive market. Mean to say it may as we Indians used to be, like we are price sensitive people. So companies feel like okay, cost leadership strategy is one of the best strategy for me to cater the broader segment of the market. Okay. So is it clear? I hope, or shall I revise any of the concept from for you people from here? Shall I go to the next slide? Okay, thank you, Neeraj. Uh, Now I'm having this example over here. Okay, so this is Karsan Bhai Patel. I hope each one of you is aware of the name. He has come up with a company called Nirma. This was the name of his daughter. Okay, so Nirma at that point of time was a premium product. Okay, yes, washing powder Nirma. The childhood memories, the advertisement was so fantastic. Okay, so see like he went up with this cost leadership strategy. That time the PNG company and Unilever selling the detergents in the market, okay, in the form of Surf Excellent Tide. Then he was a chemical engineer basically in a company, and he devised a formula which can give us as good as quality of washing clothes as these premium companies were giving. So what he did, he started a company called Nirma. And today the name lives as good as it's a brand now, having 3,500 crore empire. So we can say if Karsan Bhai Patel was moving with a strategy called cost leadership strategy for him. Okay, got it? Yes, Neeraj. So it's a favorite brand we are having. Okay, thank you. So there are there are two more companies at here. We are going with the cost leadership strategies I mentioned over here. One is called Decathlon. If some of you people are fond of trekking, going to some far off places, it's a very famous company, a reputed company in their eyes. So Decathlon is basically a French company. Okay, so if you happen to visit their stores or visit their website, you will find the premium quality of these sportswear products or sports product. Okay, at a very reasonable price. So we can say that in this particular segment, Decathlon is using our cost leadership strategy. And next is our big bazaar. Obviously, we are going to, malls, and we are having a lot of things at a price comparatively at a lesser price than in our local kirana shops. So obviously these two companies are going ahead with something called cost leadership strategy. Okay, we are talking about strategic advantage in terms of cost leadership. Okay, so fine. So any other names we can have in the cost leadership strategy in this category? I discussed three companies. One is Nirma, one is Decathlon, one is Vishal Megamart. Is any other names? Uh, Yes, focused cost leadership, we can say. It's Asta, fine. It's focused. It's a okay, fine. I agree. Focused cost leadership, fine. Thank you for correcting me. Geo in Alliance is cost leadership, fine. Okay. So Astha, this is like again, it's same like Mandela's matrix. Okay. So focus cost leadership, we are saying that it's for athletes, it's for sports loving people, but sometimes, people who are not athletes, not sports loving can visit this website, can have something for them. So while you are serving the mass market, like you are having the product for everyone in the market, so you become, broader. So nowadays, Decathlon is having this, okay, fine. The people who are not even athletes or, hikers, they can have the products on this website. So when the scope of the market increase from a particular segment to the everyone, this can go to the cost leadership. So we have to see year-on-year revenue of like Decathlon and the segment in Decathlon. Like if they are covering every segment of the society, then they will move from this focused. So see, like if you visit the website, they're having the products for boys, girls, kids, babies. Okay, so they're not athletes, basically small babies. But if we are having products for them, then they go to the cost leadership. So we can say Decathlon has moved from this focus to the larger segment, broader market segment. That is cost leadership. Okay. Okay, Asa? You're catering every segment. Say, like if you see over here, they're catering every segment in the market. So is cost leadership now. Okay. Okay, thank you. So this is like how do companies achieve the cost leadership? Okay. So first thing over here is identifying the cost drivers. Like what are the factors where from I can reduce the cost of my product? Okay. So this is first factor company do. Okay. So as we discussed, there are some company which focus a lot upon something called bills of material. Where from there to procure the sources of input. Okay, they finalize the vendors on the basis of the price, on the basis of quality. So they focus more upon this cost of production. So the cost drivers are like what our vendors, zero defect production. Okay, right at first time. Some of the strategies which are being used there. Okay, you have studied in cost accounting. So I hope we know the cost drivers, like which can be there to reduce the cost. Okay. Then second is re-engineering production process. Re-engineering is, we are not working on the same way as we were working 10 years back, 20 years back. Nowadays, you would have noticed like many of the companies, despite of, hiring their own transportation, they are outsourcing it to the vendors outside, not having a cab of their own. But they feel like, okay, we should have this transportation facility to be to given to them by some other vendors. So while we are doing things like this is outsourcing basically. Reengineering is changing the production process. Say like we are making use of AI. Okay, we are making use of new technology in the production process. That is reengineering, and outsourcing is giving my business to some other companies where from I feel like they can give me the better services at a lesser price. Say like transportation, securities of the company fall into this category. Okay, then there is something called economy of scale. It is basically a concept of economics. Okay, so the definition says the cost of production decline with increase in output. Increase in output means say like machine economy of scale I'm discussing. So in economy of scale, if you have been making use of a shallow ball pen, okay, so you will notice that this company, the price has been same throughout the years. Okay, cello pen. So like it's a ball pen with me. It's a cello pen. Okay, so this price was 10 rupees. The time you were kids, the time you have grown up, the price has been constant throughout the years. Like it's 10 rupees. So while we think about like how a company can keep its price constant, if you would have gone through the news, you had seen that from 1st of January, the automobile companies have increased their price of their cars. Okay, so while every company is increasing the price of their product, how a company like this producing this cello pen is keeping their price only at 10 rupees through many years. So it's yes, when the production scale increase, the cost may decrease because you negotiate better with the suppliers. We purchase things in bulk. Okay, so this company is like Cello is making use of this strategy to keep their price at 10 rupees. That is called economy of scale. Then there come called core competencies. Core competencies, are new skills which are being possessed by me, none other than that. That's again the cost leadership. So say like if you happen to visit any of the plant like this Hero Cycles, this Maruti plant, okay, so you will see with the same labors, with the same machinery, the production target has increased year after year. Okay, so say like Hero Cycle 2 years back in 2024 were producing 36,000 cycles in a day. Okay, in 24 hours. So if you happen to visit there after 2 years, you will see this rate of production has increased, keeping the machinery and labor constant from 36,000 to 42,000 cycles in 24 hours. So how this increase in production happened? It happened because the labor has become experienced and we expect them to produce more with the pace of time. Okay, so company, like having unique core competency in terms of its employees, in the term of its technology. So this is how a company achieved cost leadership. Okay, producing in bulk and giving us the products at a lesser price. So shall I go to the next slide? Textile, if Linger, we have in textile industry, we have to have the cost drivers. If we talk about the textile sectors, there's something called, zero defect production. Have the defective output. So one of the cost driver is zero defect production. So we have to see like where from we can reduce the cost, the technology, the machinery. There are company like CRM and they are using these companies, okay? And Vimal was a product of Reliance. So they had given a tough competition to CRM in textile industry because Vimal can produce the same quality of product at a lesser price. So they worked a lot upon the cost drivers, okay? Say like this zero defect production, quality and all, okay? Yes. Uh, Yes, fine. Yes, okay. That Mustafa is saying that RAM and SSD prices have hiked. Yes, chipset shortage because we are working towards supercomputers. So the price of chipset has increased. This imbalance in demand and supply. Okay. So while uh, we are moving to the next slide. So how we can achieve this cost leadership strategy? Okay, first thing that which we need to have there is accurate demand forecasting. While we are having the accurate demand forecasting, there are two phenomena that happen because of this inaccurate demand forecasting. One is shortage of product, and second is surplus of product. So if the forecasting, I'm producing lesser than the demand in the market, I'll be having something called shortage, and the customer will move to the other companies. Okay, so that's again a loss for me. And if I'm producing more than the market demand, I'll be having surplus. Then again, this will be wastage in terms of storage and wastage with the time expiry date. So first thing I need to have is the accurate demand forecasting for me. So at here, the operation manager has to focus deeply and work deeply towards accurate forecasting. Then we discussed in the last slide there is something called economy of scale, which says that the cost of production will decrease with increase in scale or increase in output. So this is again there. Then yes, high operational efficiency with investment in cost saving technologies. Okay, so my efficiency has increased. Say, like if the company is producing data like companies, okay, we can say that they are having the high operational efficiencies. And third, as I discussed, that with the increase in time, labor is spending time in their company, okay, or any of the employee, we having more expectation from them. Like with their experience and learning, they are producing more units, okay, per day, per hour uh, in comparison to units they were producing 2 years back. So that's something called learning experience curve effect. Okay. Then obviously my distributor and supplier relationship has to be too very good. I'm in them from many, many years. And there is something called, Kaizen. It is a common term being used by most of the companies. It's a Japanese name that stands for continuous improvement. So if you happen to visit like Toyota like companies, he will having this word being mentioned on their gate called Kaizen. So this is again this learning and experience effect analogous that we will keep on improving our efficiency with the pace of time, our learning to decrease the cost of production. So these are something like companies are using. Then they're called standardization. Obviously, standardization means as discussed earlier. If you happen to have Coke bottle, so you will find every bottle is having the same cap. So we are working a lot upon standardization so that we can produce the caps in bulks. Okay, and with this standardization, my cost of production decline. So this standardization enable a company to have high efficiency, low overheads, okay, zero defect production, and ultimately I encourage my employees to participate actively to finding out the ways to reduce the cost of production. Okay, so these are some of the strategies being used by companies for cost reduction. So anything you would like me to discuss from here, like which is not clear to you? Like how companies are getting this cost leadership. These are some of the ways, like tactics, strategies they use for having this cost leadership in the market. So is it clear? Shall I go to the next slide? Okay, fine. Uh, High operational capacity means like with the same machinery, with the same setup, same labor, I am producing more than my rivals. So if we compare like production in Hyundai cars and production in Maruti car, we will definitely find the operational capacity of Maruti is going to be more. This Maruti Suzuki is going to be more than Hyundai. Okay. So this is operational efficiency capacity, Astha. Like under the same circumstances, how my company is able to produce more than my rivals. Okay. Operational mean like how this production is happening inside the company. Okay. So Hero Cycle, one of the largest cycle maker of our country, okay, is having this operational capacity to produce the quality cycles at lower price than its rivals. Okay. So it's because of operational capacity they are having with them. Like they are having experienced laborers. Okay, were working for the company from last many years. So this has, one of the factors which has like increased their operational efficiency. Okay. Fine, fine. Japanese companies would have gone through all these steps. Yes, 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 definitely, Kuldeep. They are China basically is expert in these things. If we find the Chinese product in the market, they are obviously competing in the market on the basis of the cost leadership. So they are using these things. Japanese are basically quality sensitive people, highly standardized product they produce. They don't compromise the quality. But Chinese, we can say it's in cost leadership. Okay. Uh, so it is next year with me. Okay, thank you. Next year is like advantages. Okay. So one is like, price competitiveness will enable me to attract the price sensitive customers. Okay. So I'm having the example of this Kappa Cola with you, Kappa company in front of you people. They have, this is again like how the introduction of a product by one company, shatter the whole industry. So earlier there was only this Bigamy in the market, only Coke and Pepsi were there in the market. But while this Reliance company came with the Campa, they have shattered the industry. Okay, so this is attracting price sensitive customers. So like while I'm having this Campa at a lower price available to me with the same flavor, same taste as Pepsi is giving or Coke is giving. So definitely this is giving rise to price competitiveness. And in view of this thing, you would have noticed that these companies have also reduced the price of their products. Okay. So while I'm having this price competitiveness, price, cost leadership, my customers will be the loyal customers. Thirdly, my company will pose a challenge for other rivals in the industry to enter in the market. So it acts as a barriers of entry for other people, because no other company can give the products to the customers at a price with a good quality the company is offering to you. Okay. Then market expansion also happen. Like we are reaching at the broader customer base with the pace of time. We are everywhere in the market, and while we are cost leadership company, we can absorb the price rise. So these are some of the advantages a company may have by having this cost leadership strategy. Okay, fine. Then I'm going with the next slide. Okay, this is like, is it clear to you? Okay, fine. Uh, Then there are some drawbacks as well. Okay, like what the drawbacks the company is having. One is, uh, as I told initially, uh, loyal customers. Yes, in cost sensitive market niches, we'll be having the loyal customer until unless we are not increasing the price of our products. Okay, so like this sallow pen is available to me at 10 rupees. I'm the loyal customer of the company from last 20 years. I'm buying this sallow pen. Okay, but as the pen price will increase from 10 rupees to 15 rupees or 12 rupees, definitely I will switch to some other company. So customer are loyal until unless the price is constant with the company. Okay, they're not like as loyal as in differentiation strategy happen. Okay, so there are loyal customers in this strategy basically. Fine. So, what are the drawbacks? First drawback is a company need to have a huge investment. I have to deal with the cost advantage strategy. So I need to invest a lot in machinery, lot in technology, lot in manpower. And initially, maybe I had to offer products to the customers at a lower price, as Geo is doing for most of the time. Offering us more of a 5G data, giving 4G data initially at free of cost. So for all these things, we need to have a huge investment with us. So some of the things being done by the bigger companies. Then to have this cost leadership strategy, I can't play with the smaller market. Okay, so I need to have the larger market share so that this strategy survive with me and I can keep on and doing the things. Then the quality issue, because I'm for most of the time I'm concerned with cutting off the costs. Okay, so there may be some quality issues may exist with the company. Then it can happen in terms of overlooking the macro environment. So like what the market trends are, how the competitors may imitate the cost reduction techniques. So sometimes these things are overlooked by the company. Okay. And it is the Warsaw price. Obviously, it's a red ocean strategy. Any other player can enter in the market and can offer the products at a price which I'm offering. You would have noticed, say, like if there are some schools in rural areas, okay, and if you happen to visit over there, you will find a small snacks of 5 rupees or 10 rupees. They're not the branded snacks. Okay, they're the snacks like any of the name, Tozo, Vivo, whatsoever the names are there with attractive packaging. While they know that the customer segment is the small kids studying the schools in rural area, so they are least concerned that they have to have the lays, they have to have chips. Okay, so they just want to have any of the thing, and these small companies enter over there, being overlooked by the bigger players. Okay, and develop the strategy called cost leadership strategy, because the price is available at a lower price. Okay, so while my relationship may deteriorate with the suppliers, okay, so obviously this cost of production will increase. Okay, so these are some of the drawbacks I'm having with this cost leadership strategy. Some new player may enter, customer are not loyal while the price will increase, quality issues may happen. Okay. uh, Yes, like high volume production may lead to the high inventory if not solved. Yes, my storage cost will increase, so that is again a concern. That's why I told you, Kuldeep, in beginning, that the forecasting has to be too accurate over here. We can't dare to forecast more than the demand in the market. Okay, Yes, it's red ocean strategy because we are in the price war. So we don't know like which will the next company will enter in the market, giving us the better product at the same price. That's why I told you like if we happen to visit the rural areas and we see in the schools, the market nearby, do not sell the premium products like this Lays. Okay, this Uncle Chips. There are some any of the brands is available over there for those students. Okay, so it's red ocean strategy. Okay, uh, so shall I go to the next slide? Is it clear? Okay, fine, fine. Thank you. Then I'm done with this cost leadership strategy. I hope everything is clear to you people from here. Okay. So you know, in this strategy, obviously there have to be have you have to lot of capital with you. But if we talk about like company like Nirma, so Nirma entered into this cost leadership strategy, but they were not like a huge company at the time of their inception. But still, like Nirma was able to give its product at the price lesser than the price of Parley follow cost leadership. That's great. So we need to have this persistence, perseverance to give the quality product to the large segment of the market. Okay. Yes, Parley is a good name over here. Then I'm having this second strategy that is called the differentiation strategy. Okay. So as the picture is showing to me, a relationship with supplier is bad, then disadvantage. But if good relation, yes, definitely, Astha. Like my suppliers have to be in good relation with me. Okay, say like this is Parle ji. They need to have flour for making the biscuits. So there may be some company which is giving them the flour at a lower price. Okay. So while this relationship deteriorate, I may not be getting the input at the same price I was getting 1 year back. So this become a disadvantage to me while my relationship with supplier is deteriorated. Okay. So my relationship with supplier has to be very good. So it's good relationship. Yes, advertisement, they don't go with much of advertisement. Okay. Then this supplier relationship is more important for them. That's exactly fine. Okay. So if we can we go ahead with this differentiation strategy or something you would like to ask from me about the cost leadership strategy? Okay, okay, thank you. So this is the second aspect of the companies. Okay. Initially, while we talk about this cost leadership, the companies were focused upon the mass market, the huge market covering each and every segment of the market, especially for people like who are price sensitive people. And since we know that India, a country having most of the people in middle class income or low class income, this cost leadership strategy works fine. Okay. Then with this, there are some companies which are into this differentiation strategy. What they do, you know, they have goods, they have services. Okay, something like that. They are superior goods, superior services, and while you use them, say like Gucci product, okay, you feel like oh, it's great. It's you are related customers, you are delighted customers. So while you are ready to pay more of the price. Okay, then this becomes something called as a differentiation strategy for the company that I'm having a good brand image, I'm having a great features with the company, I'm having the great technology I'm using, the quality of the product has to be the good. Okay, so this is a differentiation strategy. Okay, I'm not concerned about the mass market. I'm concerned about serving the market with a unique product I'm offering to them. Okay, so like Apple is doing. Okay. So I'm having example like Apple right here for you people. And secondly, this millet summer, obviously, while the reach of up again from focus leadership, focus differentiation to differentiation will happen when more of the people they will getting the market share will increase on year basis. Okay, so if market share is increasing, then we can say that from focus you have to move to the higher market. Okay, fine. Shall I go to the next slide here? What are the bases of differentiation for the company? First is innovation and design excellence. You would have seen people making use of iPhone. So, what do you feel like? Like iPhone is just for trend people are using, or and most of the professional people, okay, like entrepreneurs, okay, if you see some politicians are also making use of iPhones. So is it just for trend or is it something unique about the companies? Yes, CAs are also using Neeraj. So what do you feel like is the reason, like while professionals are making use of iPhones, why would they go for iPhone usage? Any idea? Yes, one of the feature is the highest security. It is for more than impression. It is about the security features iPhone is offering because I know the mails I'm having, okay, and the other things I'm having on my phone are secure. Okay, so impression, no, that's something Kuldeep is asking. Like while you're using iPhone, is there something other reasons than impression? Or so one is security, second is ecosystem. Okay. Uh, okay, fine. So if we see like entrepreneurs using iPhone, that will basically for the purpose of security. Okay, they know that this not be hacked, this will not be having the virus impact. Okay, and my mails, my transactions, banking transaction are secure. So they feel like using Apple iPhone is secure for them than using any Android phone. Okay. Then this is something called innovation. Apple is continually keeping on working on the innovation that how I have to make my product, less vulnerable to the threats in the cyber market. Okay. So while my phone is secure, while my phone is, sensitive, and I'm not having any threats of viruses, any threats of hacking. So definitely you'll be attracting more of the professionals towards your phone. So this needs something called innovation with the company. And obviously the design has to be good, good for the company. Okay. Then something quality and performance leadership. Obviously, while you're selling the product in the market, your performance and quality has to be do better than your competitors. Okay, so they do their level best to ensure. As the Lexus goes, the quality is exceptionally good, and BMW goes, the performance is exceptionally good. Yes, customized cars that depend upon customer to customer, Neeraj. Okay. Then second, as you're saying that Apple phone is, is about, your prestige, your sending message to the mass, like I'm using an elite phone. So this is something called, brand identity that you get associated yourself. Say it's identity is something like this. There's something called a brand ambassador. Okay. Brand ambassador, like people who are endorsing your brand on the TV. So identity is something you associate with it. Say like you would have seen some people, wearing Reebok socks, Reebok shoes, Reebok t-shirt, Reebok cap, Reebok knicker. So that is called brand identity. You feel like everything, Puma is there. Yes, yes. So brand identity is something like you get associated yourself with that particular brand. And brand ambassador is something like Virat Kohli is there for endorsing some other brand. Okay. So this is one thing like, okay, this brother is having everything else of Apple. Okay. That is brand identity. Then in last, what is the base of differentiation? Bimal, yes, yes. And in last, there is something called exceptional customer services. Whatsoever I'm delivering, okay. So I'm delivering in the exceptionally good way so that my customer feels satisfied, elated, and there is something called customer delight that goes over there and giving me the basis of differentiation. Yes, definitely, Kuldeep. This bank is having the premium customers that they don't know like their amount is safe with them. So these are some of the basis of differentiation. Okay, like how a company can differentiate itself from its rivals. Got it? So while so our company, feel like we have to adopt. You would have seen there are some reputed institutions in our country where like MBA courses like MBA cost 28 lakhs, 30 lakhs, and in some other institution the price of doing MBA is just 3 lakh, 4 lakhs. So any of the institution, say like this is ISB Hyderabad. IAMs are there. Yes, yes, yes. So they are basically working upon this differentiation focus, differentiation concern. Okay. You being in this CA, definitely you are also working upon something called differentiation. You are not like an ordinary person in the market. Okay. You are professionals. Yes, and Xavier School. So these are some of the example like company feel like they have to have this differentiation on the basis of these things. Fine. So is it clear? Shall I go to the next slide? So how the companies, have these drivers of differentiation. So one thing over here is having the unique product features. Say like Apple is doing, BMW is doing. So the features are unique. Okay. And my company is offering something to the customers which competition, which other companies in the market cannot offer. So obviously, I'm having this edge of differentiation. Then second is exceptional services. Exceptional means, okay, my services are like anything. Okay, you are available to the customer at any point of time. Okay, so they feel engaged, they feel, associated with the company. So again, differentiation can be there. So as I told you, like current companies focus upon more of the post-sale efforts. So this is about services. Then the quality of inputs, obviously, the company do not compromise with the quality of products, quality of input over here. Then detailed information mean to say each and everything has to be, standardized over here. We don't compromise with the things. Okay. Substandard product has not to be there in the market. So they are simply rejected. So what is the rejection rate and all, then this need to be have the detailed information. Then performance of the product under the same condition, our product is performing better. So like if we talk about the market segment, focus differentiation, if we say among boys, they would like to have this Royal Enfield. Okay. So the product performance is different from everybody in the market. Okay. Then we are going with the new technologies. Obviously, a company like Apple is having the differentiation. Yes, pick and drop services. This is again exceptional services. Thanks, Mustafa. So new technologies means it's to meet the customers' expectations with the pace of time. So that's how the Apple is coming with a new iPhone, new version of iPhone every year. So they can incorporate these technologies into their product. Okay. And exceptional skills or experience, as I told in the beginning, that the bigger companies, give the package like anything to through engineers in IITs or IIMs. If Facebook is coming to India, Microsoft is coming to India, okay, Google is coming to India. Some of the engineers are getting placed at 3 crore, 4 crore rupees package per annum. So this is like they need to have the exceptional skills with their employees. Okay, and then to give us the exceptional products in the market. So these companies have these basic drivers to be having the differentiation strategy. Like this is how they can have the differentiation strategy. Any question from here, please? From this slide? It's a new technology. Yes, definitely. Meta AI services. This actually Meta is Facebook basically. Okay, so Mustafa, so Insta is again like being acquired by them. So they are giving new technology. Uh, Detailed information mean to say while I'm into the differentiation strategy, fine. I need to, being a manager of that company or owner of that company, I need to have each and every detailed information regarding production, what is happening there, regarding innovation, what is happening there, regarding new technology, what is happening there. So I can't overlook, the process of production or the process of technologies, the way they are delivering to me. So you need to, dive deep into the things like how exactly things are happening inside the company. Okay, you can't dare to produce a substandard products. So for that purpose, the managers in the company need to have the detailed information that how exactly things are happening inside the company in terms of technology, in terms of quality of products. So that's how like they need to have the detailed information. Okay, okay, Neeraj. Uh, Exceptional skill, definitely that what I'm telling you, like you are hiring the best brain in the country. Okay, Linga. Best brains, IITian are getting placements at 3 crore, 4 crore package. Okay. So they're hiring the best brains of the country just for having these exceptional skills or services. So like if we talk about this Tesla company owner, okay, Starlink will give us the internet services not by having the lease lines as other company do. They will having something called satellite connection. Okay, so this is exceptional services, exceptional skills. Like the competencies, the skills the company is having is not being possessed by some other companies in the industry. So this is with the great brains, the great minds they are having with them, able to give us the services. Okay, so this thing happen in this way. Okay, so Tesla, Starlink, we can say Elon Musk is doing it. Is exceptional skill or exceptional services experience we are having. Okay, thank you. So next slide or Is it fine with it? Any other thing you would like to get clarified? Okay, thank you, Neeraj. Thank you. So what advantages I'm having because of the differentiation strategy? This brand loyalty is basically because of, ecosystem, as we discussed in case of Apple. Okay. So any of the person who is having, Apple iPhone will definitely go for the MacBook, will definitely go for the smartwatch of Apple. Okay. Will definitely be having the TV of this particular brand at home. Okay, so brand loyalty happen in terms of like after having the one product, second product is of this, third product is this, and second, whensoever one thing get like its time is over, so again you are buying a MacBook or you are going for any other thing. So definitely, if ecosystem is established at the home, my phone, my smartwatch is working with it, my TV is working with it. So the next time you will again go with purchase of MacBook. So brand loyalty happened in two ways. One is repeated customers and repeated usage. Okay. And second is like more products of the same particular company. Okay. Then premium price, obviously, I'm giving you something exceptional which no other companies in the market is giving. So the company is charging the premium price for its product. Then obviously the relationship with the suppliers are good because you are a company which is producing the unique products. Suppliers are getting the better rates for the things they are delivering to the companies, like BMW, they're delivering. So the relationship with the suppliers are obviously good. And then in differentiation, while I'm having something exceptional services, exceptional product, it's sort of blue ocean strategy. You would have seen the Apple is least bothered about the price war in the market, but what iPhone is charging for their product. They're least bothered what Samsung, what this OnePlus, what Oppo, Vivo, Redmi is charging. So you are like working in the market. Okay, fine, you're the king, and you can have any of the price. You're not price sensitive for them. So these are some of the advantages a company can have for having this differentiation strategy. Okay. So one thing that is, a must for this strategy is like a company is need to have a very, very clear vision, very intellectual people. That's how Steve Jobs have done in Apple. Okay. Elon Musk have done in Tesla. To have this differentiation strategy, obviously, man, they have to be people with brain and people with intelligence. Okay. So is it clear? This slide is clear? Okay, fine. Then, yes, obviously, if there are advantages, they have to be to have some of the drawbacks as well. So one of the drawback we are having from this strategy is something like brand loyalty. Now, you feel like, sorry, drawback. With the pace of time, the uniqueness may not be of that much value to the customer, okay, to justify the higher price. How it happened, say like recently, if you've seen, the Tata company has come up with a new car called Tata Sierra. And the booking was so immense that they made a news in the newspaper that they have broken the record of all the bookings in the recent past. So what happened basically? They have some unique features, unique products, okay? And customers were earlier, paying more for those unique feature, unique products, but available to them at a lower price and same quality things. So they shift from this particular brand to this brand now. Okay, so this something like you feel like okay मिलता जुलता कुछ आ रहा है market में and that justify the price range the customer may move. Okay, then retention is again a target for those companies which are like having a premium price, and the competitors with the pace of time may copy or may develop some techniques which are giving me a competitive edge in the market. Okay, and may offer the products at a price lower than my company price. So this something like may happen with a company which is using the differentiation strategy. Okay, so these are some of the drawbacks of this particular strategy. But say like this take time for companies like to have this duplicate the efforts or imitate the efforts. Okay, so that's how the Elon Musk is ruling the market. That's how Steve Jobs is ruling the market. Apple is really ruling the market. Okay, so is it clear? Okay, fine. Any question from here? Then if you're okay with it, thank you, Dia. I'm moving with the third strategy. Okay, this is focus strategy basically. Focus is, again, it's about, as we say, about concentration. Okay, so as we discussed in the beginning, we are not targeting the broader market. Okay, we are targeting a market within market, that what we call is a niche. Okay, and with this focus strategy, we have unique relationship with this market within the market. Okay, and I'm able to identify the specific product, specific market, specific customer group, okay, in a particular geographical area, demographic area, on the basis of which I can cater the need of that particular market. Okay, so this is called the focus strategy. Okay, so focus means you are focusing upon a particular segment of the market. Okay, particular geographic, particular customer group, on the basis of their age, on the basis of their qualification, or whatsoever the demographic feature we can say. Okay, so this is about the focus strategy. Fine. Okay. Then, what are the variants of focus strategies? Variants is, one is, as I discussed in earlier, cost focus. Cost focus means I'm targeting people who are the price sensitive people, okay, in the market, and I'm concerned about minimizing the cost of production, and I'll offer the products at a price lower than the price competition is offering in the market. Okay, and you can say the Oyo Hotel. Okay, so they have gained a market because of this cost focus. Okay, then second is differentiation focus. So what I need to have, I need to have unique specialized offering for this customer segment. Okay, and I'll provide the superior values through differentiated features and services. And we can say the high-end boutique focusing upon exclusively fashion brands or retails are based upon the differentiation focus. So if you remember the initial diagram which we discussed in the beginning of slides, there are two parameters on the basis of which this Porter strategies work. One is this focus market, and one is this competitive advantage and competitive scope. In scope, we have two things. One is the narrow market and broader market. In advantage, we have two things: leadership and differentiation, cost leadership and differentiation. Okay, so cost leadership happen. Now this is the first quadrant over there, like this cost focus. We are targeting people, specific segment of people who are cost sensitive. Then differentiation focus, we are targeting the specific segment of people who are like brand specific, quality specific. Okay. So any question from here, please, from this slide? This need to be clarified because if it is clear to me, the questions have to be here, there inside from here. So anything you would like to ask from me from here? Yes, millets will be focused differentiation because there is not the large market segment of the people who are consuming millets. Okay. So Asta, that's absolutely fine. That is focused differentiation. Yes, there will not be the differentiation. Differentiation means the market segment has grown now. You're getting a need of broader segment. Well, the market segment is narrow. That will be the focused differentiation. So I agree with you. Things, if you go to the market, you will find only one of the 10 people are making use of millets. Okay, or I think the ratio is even less. Okay, so while very few people are there in the market to have this millet consumption, you can say it's focused differentiation. Okay, fine. Here I'm having a company. It is for boys basically. The name of company is Beardo. They make products basically for people who are having mustaches and beard. Okay, so what do you feel like? It's focused cost leadership or focused differentiation? This company products. is differentiation. May I know, Neeraj, like how this company is into differentiation, this focus differentiation? We are saying focus differentiation because it's only for say like they're a market segment, okay? They are male, female. Females are not gonna to use the product, okay? Then they are male who are like clean shaved like me will not be using this product. But people who are having mustache and beard are using this product. So we come into the focus market then, okay? Then we are into the focus differentiation, Kavita. Fine, focus differentiation. So second concern is why not we call it the focused cost leadership? Why we are calling it focused differentiation? That is a concern over here. Why not focused cost leadership? Because that's a concern. We had two options over in a focus strategy. One is focus cost leadership and one is focus differentiation. So what we are saying that this company is focus differentiation. Uh, yes, full of sellers. Definitely, Neeraj. So this thing is going to make it clear again. If you happen to go to the website of this company, just a 50 gram of its product is costing us 450 rupees. Okay. So while a company is charging a premium price for its product, okay, high price can say, okay. So this is into focus differentiation. Absolutely fine, Neeraj. There are only few sellers selling the products of this particular brand. Okay, and it's available online if it is available at a very high price. Okay, so we can say the company is into the focused differentiation. So see, like the company has attained profit with the pace of time. Okay, by charging the premium price, by catering the needs of a specific segment in the market. So that's how the company has moved towards this fourth quadrant that is called focused differentiation over here. Okay, fine. Is it clear? So shall I go next? Thank you. What are the favorable conditions for this focused cost leadership strategy? The favorable conditions basically are the condition like I'm having uh, diverse needs of customers. Okay, like the customers are not getting similar needs, similar preferences. Okay, so out of these diverse needs, a company can think of like where from they can have a particular specific segments. Uh, Horlicks calcium products will come under focus strategy, Astha. Yes, Horlicks is basically a product like Bonvita and Horlicks are there. They're basically for kids less than 12 years or 13 years while you grow up, you no more consume the products. So whenever you have ad on TV, you will say it's being obviously kids being depicted in advertisement. So you're targeting this particular segments, say like the kids in the market. So we can say it's focus strategy, definitely. So while if we talk about this Chavanprash, is it focus? Chavanprash. Then it's not focused, but it is sugar-free Chavanprash. So like Jhandu Chavanprash say yes, women Horlicks is focused. Sugar-free Chavanprash again, like if you say that it's that this Chavanprash sugar-free, okay, then this become focus. Fine. So I think we are able to get it clear. Like when we are targeting a particular market segment in the market, we are saying that we are making use of the focus strategy. Some of the products being targeted for the kids, some of the products being targeted for the women, especially. Obviously, there was something called, Fair and Beauty, this cream. Okay, Fair and Lovely, sorry. Okay. So Fair and Lovely was a cream which was being made for like girls specifically. Okay. Then the company feel like, okay, I have to cater the broader market. So they launched a product, something called Fair and Handsome. Okay. Have you seen the advertisement of this cream? Fair and Handsome? Okay. So see, like while they moved, they are expanding the range of their products. So from Fair and Lovely, they are going to Fair and Handsome to cater the more customer. So earlier they went to the focus, fine. Yes, yes. John Abraham is the brand ambassador. That's great. So while a company is producing the parallel brand in the market, okay, that's called Fair and Handsome. The company is expanding its market share and moving from this focus to the broader market. Okay, so if we talk about the competitive scope, we have two scopes. One is the narrow market scope, and one is the broader. So while you're moving toward the broader, you are moving towards main strategy that is called the cost leadership and differentiation. And while we are into the narrow, we are into the focus cost leadership and focus differentiation. Okay, fine, that's great. So I hope it's clear, like when it is focused and when it is not focused. Focused means like we are concerned about a specific segment or specific demography in the market. Okay, say like for boys, for girls, for male, for like this for particular age group. Okay, so like if you've seen Ortho Plus is a product which is for the joint pains and knee pains. So whenever the company has to give the Ortho Plus ad on TV, okay, they will definitely not be calling some young and handsome people like you. Okay, Kinder Joy definitely. So they know like which specific segment of customer they are having with them, and the brand ambassador will be of that particular age group. Okay, fine. That's great. So we at here was like thinking what are the favorable conditions for a company to use this. As we discussed in earlier, the bigger companies having huge revenue with them, huge capital with them, basically adopt this strategy called cost leadership and differentiation because they can spend in crores. Okay, but the smaller companies, like not having huge revenue with them, okay, they focus upon this focus strategy, narrow market segment. Okay, so while we are a smaller company, obviously we are into the focus strategy. Okay, so one thing we are having is diverse customer needs and preferences with the customers. So like all this Kinder Joy, Horlicks for women. Okay, आस्था फेयर एंड लवली जो प्रोडक्ट है different products will be focused in themselves, but companies having broader market having differentiation. Yes, it's differentiation strategy the company is using. Obviously, the product is for the people who are having this complexion with them that my skin is not fair. Okay, so one is differentiation strategy. But earlier, while you were into this fair and lovely only, okay, you were into the focused differentiation. Okay, and while you are coming with this fair and handsome, this focused differentiation, you are okay. Uh, uh, no, I'm not having that thing over here with me. Focused, focused differentiation. And when you enter into fair and handsome, okay, you become into that differentiation because you're catering both segments of the market. That is man and woman. Okay, got it? So broader market, when it is broader market, you move from focus to differentiation. That's absolutely fine. So earlier this was focus differentiation, and then they move into the differentiation. Okay, when they are coming with something called fair and handsome. Okay, Asta? Because the market segment they're catering is wider now. Now now we were discussing like what are the conditions, which are the favorable conditions for companies while they are into this focus strategies. Okay. So first condition is like the product market has to be the diverse needs. So like as we discussed till now, we have men in the market, we have women in the market, we have aged people in the market, we have kids in the market. So obviously the market requirement change with the age, with the gender. Okay, so it's giving a favorable condition for a company to use this focus strategy. Okay, so second thing we are saying that there has to be a distinct market segment with the specific requirements. Okay, then this becomes the niche. Okay, say like the woman Horlicks. Okay, this fair and lovely. Okay, so this is specific requirement in the market. So we can cater this particular segment of the market. Okay, so this is the presence of that market. Then what happened for most of the time, this unique market segment is underlooked or overlooked by the bigger players. Now, what it feel like maybe the reasons, as I discussed in the beginning, that if we happen to visit the rural areas where we live, the schools over there and the nearby shops over there do not sell the branded products like Lay's, okay, like Uncle Chips, as we find on the roadside while we are traveling from one place to another place in the major markets. So the products are like Tojo, this and that, like things we are not even heard of. So these are the small players basically. Okay. One thing they sell inferior products, you say Neeraj. Uh, not we cannot say inferior because there is something called FSSI, Food Safety Security of India. Okay, so FSSI ensure that any of the thing which is eatable has to go through the particular standards. So if it is inferior, definitely they will not be meeting the benchmarks. So we can say at here they sell their products with lesser advertisement. Okay, no brand ambassador at all. So this market segment is basically overlooked by the bigger players, say like Pepsi not reaching over there, okay, not giving their lays over there. So these small players can have the market over there because a kid who was studying in those school is least bothered about that he or she need to have only lays, okay, or Uncle Chips or Kurkure with the brand of Pepsi or something like that. Okay, so this particular market segment is overlooked by those bigger players. Okay. So one reason. So they get the market over there because and they are able to sell the product at a lower price because they spend a least money upon advertisement. Okay. And well, good relationship with those vendors over there. And the bigger company do not reach their small corners and they find a market for their product over there. Okay. Okay. And while this focused differentiation happen, at here the customers are willing to pay more price. Okay, so while this is Harley Davidson, okay, Mercedes like cars, only very few people are buying them, and then people are paying the higher price for the goods and services they're getting from the companies. Okay, so any question from here, please? Like what you feel like is not clear to you, I need to clarify. Yes, please. Any other thing you feel like I need to clarify? Thank you, Asta. So, okay, thank you. Uh, is Harley the one who sells chocolate related products? So, basically, I'm talking about Harley Davidson over here, like having the specialized bikes, a UK-based company, okay, Neeraj. So, sometimes, what happened? We'll find some, Milta Julta name of that company, okay? Yes, it's Harshes. That's great. So it is sometimes create confusion in our mind. Okay, is it that company which is selling the sport these bikes, specialized bikes? Is into these things? So it is like a small confusion. Okay, we mixed up. Yeah, it's quite common. It's not an issue at all. Uh, so how a company can have this focus strategy? One is obviously, the forecasting has to be the prompt and accurate. Okay, and second is this the optimum utilization of resources. They need to have to with them. Then standardization of the mass production. There are two things. One is standardization. One is customization. Standardization means there is something called SOP, standard operating procedure, and we are quite clear that this SOP has to be followed, has to be met while things are going on with the production. So one of the example underlooked market is the bigger company do not feel like there is a potential of this particular market for me. Okay, so they leave the company. Overlooked means they don't. Underlooked means they don't find that much profit in terms of underlooked. Okay, like if we talk about Pepsi, okay, they don't find like okay, kids in the rural areas can be potential buyers for them, can have the major profit from them. So underlooked in a sense like they're not able to gauge the profit, okay, the turnover they can have by catering this particular market. Overlooked means they are intentionally, denying the market. Okay, yeah, this is smaller market, and to enter into this market, and they'll leave the market. Underlooked at here, they are, in sort of we study correlation regression. It's regression basically. Like if I focus on this market, what return will be there? So they are not able to guess the return. Okay, so it's underlooked for them. Okay, fine. Uh, it's basically uh, between companies we are talking about, Mustafa, like Yahoo. Earlier underlooked Google. So it's between companies, okay? Like, but while it's quite fine, good example, Mustafa. But while we are talking about this strategy over here in terms of we have to see the market, like how companies underlook a particular segment of the market, okay? So underlook means like they are not finding any like potential returns, okay? Return on investment basically. Okay, while they feel like pioneering to that market. So by having this overlooked, underlooked concept, you'll find like there are some companies where it's just button making. Okay, so button making is not something being looked after by the bigger companies. The small company, Matchbox. We don't have any brand in Matchbox while we buy it. So it's just something like underlooked by the bigger companies. Okay, they don't find any huge potential by being their brand over here. Okay, then shall I continue with this slide? Yes, Apple underlooked speakers. They are not into these things. That's fine, fine. So while we are into the focus strategy, definitely we should have something called the cost saving techniques. Okay. So by these using these strategies, a company can have the focused strategy with them. Okay. Like how can we cater the need of particular segment in the market. Okay. So any of the product, Fair and Lovely, Horlicks Women, okay, Ortho Plus is something, working upon this focus strategy. Okay, got it? Now, if we talking about the next slide, the advantages, obviously, while we are into this focus strategy, we should have the ability to have the market segments preferences. I mean to say we should have the deep understanding like what this particular market need. Have you heard the name of Shehnaz Hussain? Shehnaz Hussain products. Shehnaz Hussain is a famous name in our country. Yes, may I know like what she is dealing in, Mustafa? Yes, Shehnaz Hussain. She is basically into beauty products and premium clothes. So, Asta, how her beauty products are different from beauty products like we are bigger companies like this Unilever, there's Lakme, there's Pond's in the market. So how you feel like what Shehnaz Hussain have done to get a product differentiated from the market, the product which are there in the market? So what she's focusing upon organic products basically, like who are not harmful, who are sensitive. So whensoever you see a particular videos of a dietitian, okay, or videos of the people, yes, organic products, Mustafa, like how to use that specific product, but in what ratio you have to use that specific product, okay. So. Yes, protein and creatine basically needed. Creatine is something like who are into mass building, go to gym and need to have more muscles. Okay, so definitely it is a focused segment and focused differentiation you can say. Okay, because it's a costly product and meant for a specific segment of the society. So creatine will definitely be falling under over here. No issue at all. Okay, Neeraj? So what I'm saying here, like if we need to have this focus strategy, we need to have a deep understanding of the target market segments. I mean to say what exactly they need to have. So I need to meet their preferences. A company need to meet their, like what they are expecting from the market. So what they are doing, tailoring products or services to meet those specific customer requirements. So the product has to be too specific to that particular of organic beauty products. If someone is making use of, say, like this creatine, okay, so we have to tailor the product as per those things. Then we have to establish a strong customer relationship and the loyalty. This how this happen. If you happen to see the packaging of these products, you will see that for any of the feedback. you contact on this number. From any of the customer complaint, you contact on this number. And whenever we happen to call on that number, the query is resolved or the things are answered. So this is how they develop a strong customer relationship that the product they are serving in the market has to meet the expectation of customers. Okay, fine. Then they have the potential for strong brand loyalty and customer retentions. Okay, like whatsoever the product, and so whosoever is using for this creatine product or protein product, they are very much sensitive to the brand. They are very much sensitive to the retention. Okay, fine. So this is a potential for them. So I'm like what company is doing here. They're delivering the superior value products with a personalized experience and high switching cost for the customers. Mean to say, if a customer move from this product to that product or that company, the switching cost is basically high, and the company have reduced the competition by serving in the niche market. And if this is focused differentiation, the company can charge the premium price for the product. Okay. So the thing has to be to made clear over here. One is the broader market. One is the narrow market. Whenever a company is coming to serve the narrow market, this is something called as a focus strategy. And in narrow market again, we have two options. One is focused cost leadership. One is focused differentiation. Mean to say, in the narrow market, I'm ruling the market on the basis of the cost. Okay, on the basis of price, I'm offering to the customers. Okay, since they are lower and every customer move to me. So like up to few days back, few months back, Indigo Airlines was a sensation in the country. Was the only airlines which were in the profit. Okay, and were expanding like anything. Okay, so this is something on the focused cost leadership. Okay. Yes, Mustafa, and I'm just clearing this thing. Focused cost mean while you're serving that particular segment of the society. Okay, say like in aviation industry, say like focus cost, how it happen. I'm a traveler. Okay, so a traveler is having three four option to commute from one place to another place. We are going by our own car, we are going by bus, we are going by train, and we are going by aeroplanes. Okay, so then in aviation industry, what happened, there is a company called Indigo Airlines. Okay, there are company Jet Airways. Okay, than other companies. So this Indigo Airlines is basically upon the focused cost. Mean to say, this aviation industry में जो भी कस्टमर हैं वो इंडिगो एयरलाइंस में इसलिए सफर कर रहे हैं because the price of the tickets in Indigo Airlines is less. So the company focused upon focused cost. Okay. This is focus. This is not cost leadership. This is focus. Means to say why it is focused, because not every passenger is traveling by the airlines. Okay. Then focus differentiation means again a particular market, within the market we are charging the lower price. Okay. So how this focus Beardo company is charging a premium price. Okay, so it's only for the people who are fond of having these moustaches and beard, and they have to groom them, they have to take care of them. This focus differentiation happen. Yes, Linga, like you're saying, Indigo on time, low price. Yes. Matlab Indigo was a company which are charging price lower than the other companies in the aviation industry. So on the basis of this, they can have something called as a cost leadership. So any other question, please, from here? Let me clear you. We are not going on break on today. We are continuing the session, and we will clear the session. Okay, within time. So which is best, Mustafa? Like it depends from company to company. Like you mean to say like whether it's cost leadership or differentiation? You are saying we have to compare these two strategies, Mustafa. So competencies with me. Okay. In focus. Okay. In focus again, like if it is in focus, say like we focused cost leadership, we says, okay. So focused cost leadership is something being attained by Indigo Airlines. Like they say, like we are giving you the airfare at a lower price than our competitor. Okay. So having the mass market in Indigo Airlines. So in that way, okay. And in focus differentiation, if I say like I'm just getting the need of people who are having mustaches and beard. Okay. So for having this particular product, unique product with me, a company need to do a lot of research and development in both the cases. So it depends from company to company. Like we study, they would like to go ahead with the things for focused cost leadership. Obviously, if a person is opening a like company like Indigo Airlines, they need to have huge capital, huge investment. Okay, and in Bureau like company, if you have unique technology, unique product with us, so we can go into this focus differentiation depending upon situation. Like we can't say whether this is better or that is better. Okay, it is all about having the profit in the market. Okay, and market share in the market. So depending like how we can get it done with the things. Okay, thank you, Neeraj. Any other question from here, please? We can use both. Yes, definitely. Like depending how a company can use the scenario there. Like if a company is producing product for every segment of the society, then this become focused differentiation can say. So like if we have Apple phone for lower market segment, it can go there. Uh, Sales channels focus differentiation. Whenever a company is having this focus differentiation, sales channel, they have their, if you talk about Apple phones, you will not find Apple phone focused. Okay, let us come to the focus. So sales channel have to be specific for them. Their product is not going to available with every of the vendors in the market. Okay, so there are some authorized dealers, authorized retailers, say like this Beardo company. Okay, the sales channel have to be specific. Either the product is available on the website or the product is available with the specific retailers. So sales channel has to be specific because they have to maintain this prestige with them that we are the focused differentiated product. We are not something being available with every other vendor. Okay, and say Millet Sama, we can say Millet Sama is again focused differentiation. So we'll not find any every vendor selling the products of Millet Sama. Okay, so they will be having some specific retailers with them. Okay, in terms of physical distribution, and for most of the time, what happened? The most of the sale happen through the website. Okay, so online is the second channel they focus upon, like because they have to cater the diverse market. Some people may be sitting in North India, in Delhi, in Haryana, in Himachal. People may be sitting in East India, Assam, Arunachal. So it's not possible for company while they are dealing with a focus differentiation to have the retailers everywhere, to have the supply chain management everywhere. So company focus more upon the website sale. So the product will be available on the vendors with like Amazon, Flipkart, company's own website. So this online is the best sales channel for them while they are into this focus differentiation, okay? Because they have to cater the diverse market in terms of geography. They have to reach each and every part of the country. So the website is the best way to them with go with them, okay? So I hope it is clear. Shall I go to the next slide or there is any other question from here? Thank you, Asta. Shall I move to the next slide? Okay, thank you. So there comes the risk of this strategy. Okay, thank you, Avinash. What are the risks? One is obviously the first risk is I'm having the limited market size and the growth potential within the market is limited for me since I'm not getting the broader market needs. I'm not going with each and everyone in the market. So one thing is like I'm having the limited market size. So obviously my growth potential is not that much high as high with the bigger companies. Then with the pace of time, I may have the vulnerability to get my customers' needs and changes, preferences changed. Okay, my customer may switch to some other company, other brand, if they are producing similar type of product. Then obviously the competitors in the market can imitate my technology, can outperform the way I'm doing the things, and can offer the products. And since my sale volume is less, my customers are limited, so I can't achieve something called economy of scale. Okay. So these are some of the risk of this particular strategy being associated. Like I can't go beyond a particular market. It is sometime if competitor is able to produce better product, I'm having the vulnerability to get my customer base lost with me. Okay, so I hope they are clear. But see, like those companies which are in focus strategy, they focus a lot upon things like the customer should stay with them. Neither saying that there is vulnerability to change in the target market's need and preferences. Okay, fine. So as we're talking about the beardo company, you may be in a passion of having this beard and mustaches for a particular period of time. The time you got married, you may no longer be having this beard and mustaches. Okay, so there is while we are not anymore using having this thing with you, you will not be using the product of that company. Okay, so there is a vulnerability in that way. Uh, Amazon Prime Video has both OTT and theater. So, Mustafa, there was a debate a few days back that the Netflix was acquiring Warner Brothers. This is one of the biggest company in Hollywood industry. Okay, so this would have shattered the whole industry because whole cinema is dependent upon that thing. Okay, so it was a debate like government has to intervene in between, like okay, Netflix cannot do this thing because this will lead to monopoly. Okay, so they may happen incidences like this. Okay, like how things are happening. So if you're saying that they are cost leaders, obviously Netflix is cost leader on OTT platform, and OTT and theaters, Amazon is there. Then this is like market disturbance happen. Okay. Uh, Yes, Astha, the question is fine. Selling over internet is due to creating prestige or due to reach. No, it is basically selling. In case of Millet Sama, Astha, we say it's like they have to reach the larger areas. They have to keep, cover each and every segment, geographical segment. Maybe sometimes they are selling outside the country and they have to selling across the nation. Okay. So this is like basically to cover the larger market segment. Okay. Uh, yes, yes, Mustafa, that's fine. That was like that's how the government played its role. Like they have to have the balance in market. So government intervened, and this deal was not being finalized till now. So the cinema would have changed over. That's absolutely fine. Thanks for your valuable input, Mustafa. Any other thing you would like to have get clear from here? Cost benefit analysis, Linga. Cost benefit again. That is where from. We can have the product, better quality product at the lower price. That is something called the cost benefit. Okay. I mean, if it is say like what Reliance do, okay, they make smartphones. You would have listened like Jio coming with a smartphone while they come into 4G market. Okay, they have launched a smartphone. So while they launched the smartphones, these smartphones were comparatively at a lesser price. So they focus more upon the bills of material. Bills of material means something like who are the vendors from whom they are procuring their input things like the things chips like things. Okay, so BUM they study deeply and they go even so deep that this is 40p 50 paisa 40p 30 paisa. So they will compare this thing. Okay, so cost benefit analysis means like where from I can reduce the cost of production, whether from supplier, whether from technology, whether from this zero defect production. Okay, so this just in time things. Okay, so this is cost benefit analysis, Linga. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. Then there is something called this strategy, the cost flow strategy, okay, cost provider strategy. So this is a new model, okay. This is the development of focus strategy, basically, okay. Focus strategy, how it happened? It is directed towards giving customers more valuable things, okay, emphasizing both upon the low cost and upscaling the differentiation, okay. And it is focused upon keeping the price at the lower rate and selling better products as Astha asked earlier, like whether a company can move towards both thing from this place to that place, like it is following both the cost leadership, focus cost leadership and focus differentiation. So this is something called the cost provider strategy, which is focused upon moving a company from like one place to another place. Okay. like from one quadrant to another quadrant. So it is like how it happened. We are offering the products at a lower price. There's a focused cost leadership, fine, and the comparatively better quality features, and like charging similar price as the rivals were charging. Okay, earlier with the higher quality and the better features. Like we would have seen in recent past, there are Android flagship phones from these company like OnePlus, Oppo, Vivo. Okay, they are giving the lower quality phone, better quality phones at a lower price. Okay, and following the cost provider strategy. Mean to say, a company is moving from cost leadership to the differentiation. If you see like OnePlus company like things, okay, they will you are seeing like there are premium phones as well at a higher price and the phones at the lower price. So if they are premium phones, they are moving toward the focused differentiation. Okay, and if they are for like catering each and every segment of the market, okay, at the lower prices, that is focused cost. Okay, any question from here, please? Any question you feel like? Okay, thank you, Kuldeep. Uh, Fine. This is a diagram over here, this cost provider strategy. Okay. So how it happened basically, as I told you earlier, when we talk about the competitive scope, the scope while it is larger, then we move toward the cost leadership and differentiation. As the things are showing here, this is the broader market. Okay. So this is overall low cost leadership strategy. Okay. And broader differentiation strategy. And while the market scope is narrower, then there is focused. Okay. Then this is focused low cost strategy and focused differentiation strategy. Okay. And if we lie somewhere between all these four strategies, this is something called is the best cost provider strategy. Okay. So this is emergence from this particular model. Okay. Like while we move from cost leadership differentiation, from focused cost leadership, from focused differentiation to something called cost provider strategy. That's a new thing that have emerged from here. Okay, fine. Anything from here from this diagram, please? Okay. So this is something an exercise for you people. Like while we go with an chart like this, sir. Uh, Asta, you are having question like service channel only include installation, repair services, or any other like transportation. Transportation will comes under supply chain management system, Asta, like how my product is getting delivered. Okay, so say like if I order something and a company is installing and delivering the product to my home, okay, then transportation can be included over here in service channel. Say like how the product is getting delivered to my home. Okay, and while the product move from like say like a company warehouse to the super stockist to the wholesaler to the retailer. Okay, so there is something called supply chain management. So if we talk about the service channels, obviously definitely service is something like being like post delivery experiences. You purchase the TV, it's getting installed at home. Okay, there is 1 year warranty, there's some defect occur, it is getting repaired from time to time. And in third case, if it is getting delivered at home by that particular vendor or particular company free of cost, then this facility can be included over here. But if delivery is not happening, then it's in that way. Okay. Uh, Transportation, see, like transportation is inbuilt part of this product or sales channel. Okay, like whenever the production is happening or sale is happening, transportation is one of the inherent criteria. Okay, so it is something like a built-in feature. Okay, Nestle is producing Maggie at its plant somewhere in Punjab, then getting delivered in Haryana, Himachal, or nearby states. Okay, so this is logistic management basically or supply chain management. So while we are talking about the channels, we are talking about like how things are getting delivered from one place to another place. Okay. So let me get it clear in the tomorrow class. I'll see deep into the things like how transportation can be included in sales or product channel, whether it is not included or included. So definitely, Asta, I'll clear this concept on tomorrow class. Okay, how transportation will be taken care of in sales channels or production channel. I'll get it clear to you by tomorrow, Asta. Fine, fine. Okay, I've noted it down. Mm. Sharing services lead to synergy benefit. Uh, have you heard a name of Bala Bala nowadays, Linga? Bala Bala. It was an Android app. If we are moving from one place to another place, and if any of the person is going from, say, Chandigarh to Delhi, he will share his ride detail, and people were interested to, get this shared driving within shared passengers will book a ticket with him. Okay, so synergy. Let me come one by one. How will it happen? Synergy is something which will happen inside a company, okay? Like in terms of its resources and what capacity will be having. Say like a person who is working for a company like JBL will find it easy to have retailers with the company, to have wholesalers with the company, or to develop new market in the company because the product is exceptionally good. Okay, fine. So that is something called synergy. The product are good, quality is good, and sale is happening good. Okay, okay, Linga. Then uh, differentiation strategy, differentiation Tiwari, as I told you, differentiation is something you are looking different. You're not catering something which everyone in the market is doing. So like in smartphone industry, we have a company like Apple. Okay, Apple is least bothered about like its rivals like OnePlus. Okay, Samsung, what prices they are charging, because one who is using Apple phone will definitely be, the repeated customer of this company because the ecosystem of company. So in differentiation strategy, you do something which no other in the market is doing, and then you have a unique customer segment. Okay, those are repeated customers and will be, available to you to pay the premium price for your product. Okay. Asta, let me come back to you on tomorrow. Service channel, I'll clear it to you on tomorrow. Okay, fine, Asta. Okay. Innovation, Neeraj, actually, there are things like one is invention, one is innovation. Okay. Invention is something when you produce something and it is available to the market. So like corona medicines, this was invention. Earlier we don't have anything for corona disease, then invention. Innovation mean like what new things we are doing in the company in a different way. Okay, for the company. Okay, how will it happen? This Tesla company giving us Elon Musk company Starlink giving us some phone services through a satellite. They're not going with the tower installation. They're not going with the lease line things. Okay, so developing this Starlink company and developing this technology to deliver the services to us. Okay, telecom services is through innovation. Okay, then co-charging high prices, we can ticket prices. Yes, it's demarketing basically, Asta. Yeah, they are the higher prices of the weekend tickets. Okay, so it's like I need to have more of the price for the same product. Okay, so you intentionally do it. We can say it's demarketing. Okay. Any other question, please? That is really appreciable that I'm getting a lot of responses from you people, and I'm really happy to answer you people. Is there anything you feel like need to be to get clarified? Uh, yes, it's augmented marketing, definitely. Augmented means Asta, like you are having the experience of actual world. So nowadays companies are focusing upon this thing. If you happen to visit like website like Nika, okay, they are saying like fit, like how will you feel like this particular thing will, fit in your shoe, like if you're talking about shoes, okay. So this is augmented marketing, absolutely fine, Asta. Uh, Thank you, Mustafa. It's so nice of you. Uh, Enlightened marketing. I need to get it clear, Mustafa. I'll get it clear on tomorrow. Like it can be something like, Fidelity is doing. Their advertisement is always unique. Still, I have to get this concept more clear to me. But I feel like enlightenment marketing is something like Fidelity is doing. Whenever you will be doing, advertisement on TV, it's unique advertisement. You feel like enlightened. Okay, but I'll get it clear on tomorrow better way. Okay. Uh, uh, yes, because the software companies like TCS we have, Infosys we have, they are into B2B business, Kuldeep. B2B is like, if we talk about, TCS, their customer is State Bank of India. Whenever you happen to visit any of the branch of State Bank of India, the software, the ERP they are using is being, designed and framed by TCS. Okay. So while TCS is having this B2B market, okay, they're not in B2C. Okay, so but they need leads to advertise. They have to, develop one-to-one relation. Like Infosys is looking after this income tax portal, so they have to see the government of India and to tell them like what they can do for this particular concern, particular problem of the government. Okay, and how can they develop the softwares to handle this issue? So while the company is into this B2B sort of business, okay, business to business, okay, they need less to advertise. Okay, because there are like few customers, paying in crores to companies. Okay, so that's how they earn, and it's focus differentiation. It's not focus, it's B2B basically. While talking about focus differentiation, we are into B2C mode basically. Okay, B2C is business to customers. Like if I'm producing something, my main market is customers. Okay, then I'm talking about focus differentiation. But if you talk about the IT companies, they are into B2B mode for most of the time. Okay. Uh, Weekend ticket high pricing is not synchro. Synchro is, something Asta, you would have seen like if you happen to book the airline ticket, okay? Earlier you book it, the lesser the price is. The later you book it, the higher the price go. Have you observed this phenomena, Asta? Like how aviation companies say if you happen to book a ticket from Madras to Delhi and you are booking it one day before and 1 month before, there will be a huge price difference. Okay, so why this price difference will be there? While you are buying a ticket 1 month before, the company is, something doing synchronization. Okay, fine, I'm having this much of seats available to me, and I want these seats to be to filled. Okay, and fine, and the price is comparatively lower at that point of time because they want to confirm all the seats getting filled well within time. But while a customer is visiting the website of company or booking the last ticket in last hour, okay, what happened now? The company know like the customer is in urgency. He or she need to visit that from Madras to Delhi, okay, and they know like there is no other option available to the customers, okay. So every aviation company have increased their prices for last minute customers, okay. Last minute customer, like this a way, like they have 2 or 3 seats left vacant with them. Okay. So they can charge the higher price for those seats because they know like there will be people coming like this. Okay. So weekend ticket high pricing will not come under synchro because synchronization is not happening. Okay. Synchronization will happen while the tickets are getting sold at the regular pace. Okay, they know like we are having this much of seats. Okay, and this much of tickets are sold. Okay, so it's just in regular flow. Synchronization will happen, but synchronization is something like we are having Apple phone, then we are having a MacBook. It's syncing. Okay, the way we are talking, we are communicating is syncing. So syncing means demand and supply are well settled. We know this much is the demand and this much is the supply. So things are happening in a regular way. But well, there is some imbalance between these things. This is the company's play, so they charge a high price. I hope I've cleared you, Asta. Uh, uh, Yes, B2C needs more advertisement, Kuldeep. B2C needs more advertisement because the customers are more, okay? And we have to cater the need of each and every market segment, okay? So B2C is definitely need more of the advertisement, okay? Uh, yes, Mustafa, I would must say, like, I often tell to my students in class, like, while you love the things, you fear less from the things. Say, like in our school days, if you love doing mathematics, it's like meditation. We do a lot of things over there, and we spend hours in solving the math problems. So I must say, like, while we are studying a subject, it's not just for getting the paper passed. It is something for, getting some trades, getting some skills being transferred to you. Because your generation, while you'll be in the market after completion of your particular program, study program, you'll be having a lot many challenges there in the market from experts who are seniors of you, from technology, from artificial intelligence. But if you have these skills being imbibed in you, fine, like how these companies perform under severe pressure, how they grow under severe pressure, what they do. So definitely this will help you out. Okay, so thank you very much for your comments. So it is clear. So I hope this model is clear. Building the best business in class headphones with noise cancellation and premium quality. Your customer is with strategy. May I have the answer here? Asta, I will come again to you on tomorrow with this sales channels questions and okay, enlightened marketing is the second question. So this is differentiation first one and value features in a phone which is within the spendable limits. May I know the second strategy company is using? Yes, great. In second place, this is in second place. Yes, differentiation of the first place. Second is you're using most of the things. This is second, please. This is, yes, cost provider. Then dominate the glass manufacturing units across the country and thus using economy of scale to beat the competition. Again, economy of scale is here. There is something cost leadership. And uh, third one here is targeting the below poverty line individuals and providing them nutritious meal. This is being done by something called, Akshay Patra. Have you heard the name? Last two I'm saying. Akshay Patra is a big name in our country. So this is being run by ISKCON. That's great, Neeraj. Yes, they provide the quality meals. May I know like which strategy they are there in like doing this type of things? It's a venture of Infosys as well. Sudha Murthy is also there in Akshay Patra. Okay. So they are doing this thing, targeting a BPL, like the people in students in rural area and providing them a like nutritious meal. Okay. So like what they are doing. Focused cost leader. Are you sure, Astha? Focused cost. Yes. It is more of a charity. Kuldeep is not agree with the other people. He's saying focus differentiation. May I know, like Kuldeep, how this happened to be differentiation? So this is a matter of debate whether this fourth column has to be in the focused cost or focused differentiation because it's differentiation. Yes, differentiation in a way like you are doing something which no other company is able to do. Okay. So this is focused differentiation that way, and focused cost is obviously, but see, like we are not mentioning anything about the price over here. We are mentioning about like they are doing it. Okay. So we'll discuss in tomorrow in detail, like how this, because they are for the philanthropic purpose. Yes. So focus on price and charity. So Kuldeep, like, what do you feel like? Is focus cost leadership or focus differentiation? Yes, it's differentiation. Okay, thank you. So I'll continue the things on tomorrow as well. So tomorrow we are having the last class of this particular chapter. Okay, so we will be, discussing things and obviously the ultimate purpose of studying something is to, get pass in the exam. So I will practice one or two papers with you, but I will definitely appreciate you to be there with me with a lot of questions. Okay. making this subject interesting for you is my core job, core responsibility. And thank you very much. Actually, I'm busy in some assignment on today. So if there is some questions, you please may come with a question. You may have your speakers on. I'm there to answer your questions. Please, anybody? This is something like key takeaway. Uh, I'm not on YouTube channel as of now, Avinash. Okay, this is a privilege for me and honor for great honor for me to get interacted with you people. For the first time, I'm teaching the CA students, and I really feel elated, really feel honored to be to there with you. Uh, thank you very much. So if you are okay with the things, shall we close the session of today, or we shall continue it? Any other thing you would like to know for me? Thank you very much. So thank you all for there being with us. So I hope tomorrow you'll be there again with a great energy and great things in your mind so that we can discuss and get things clear. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dia. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. So thank you very much. Yes, I'm done, sir. Yes, it's 9:05. Actually, I had the discussion with ma'am. So today I had to need to wind up the session a bit earlier. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay.